have much stability on this, but Dr. Chaz, straight top, profit. I had a subject for you, but changed my mind on that. I'll pick that up next time. I'm going to talk a little bit about still probably in the same frame of the body, because we really was talking about the body, the soul, and the spirit. That was my subject. I'm going to talk about the body a little bit. I think I want to focus on the transition of the physical body from you to getting older. I can speak on that, and anybody that's older can speak on that. But being a person that counseled a lot of people, been involved in ministry for 45 years, I can give you some real in-depth evaluation. You know, of course, when you're young, we can go all the way down to childhood. I really think that things have changed quite a bit. It's changed based on exposure. People are exposed to more. Young people are definitely exposed to more, so they're maturing a whole lot faster. People are becoming grown, and this is not a good thing that you're maturing faster, truthfully, because it's based on knowledge, which I've talked about in previous tapes, because our intake of knowledge is coming so fast and so quick and with so much information that we are, and our children are being overloaded. And I know you can't see it, and there's no way you would really, sorry about that. My thing is not working too good. There's no way you would really be able to see it. But it's happening, it's a dangerous thing, and it's putting us in a bad situation. That's why I wanted to emphasize progress, or moving forward in life. So as a young person, and when we grew up as a young person, or let's say when I grew up as a young person, I can go back to where we only had 13 channels, and we had very limited amount of nudity. When I say limited, real limited, and definitely the challenging violence and things like that wasn't exposed to us like it is today. We had gospel, all these are what everybody would call lame stations, Bonanza, and things that really, the Brady Bunch, it really didn't have a whole lot of stuff to it. But now we got in-depth violence, and I don't have to explain that to you because you see what's going on. And the internet is even worse. So everybody's exposed. So the education level, the knowledge level, and I'm kind of still, reason why I want to talk on it, because I want to piggyback on knowledge, is becoming, or has already became, a self-destruction. Sorry about that, y'all. This tape is really messing up, so this thing will not hold it, and it might not hold it. I might have to redo this, but anyway, we're at a point to where the world is going to self-destruct. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Men are going to, well, you might say, dig their own grave. They're doing that. They don't seem to care, because the greed and the hunger of the industry, the ones that make the money, the biggest amount of the money, are the ones that give the biggest influence. And of course, that's the entertainment industry, both music and television and internet and all that. These are things that are populating, and people aren't intending on doing this. That's not their true intentions. Truthfully, most people's intentions is to gain wealth or to gain success, and in doing that, they're destroying the future. They're destroying the future of our youth. They're destroying the future of the economy, and we are going to self-destruct. And I give you that as a prophecy, that it's not going to be in a long period of time. I think 2040 will be the time that I think that the religious, like Christianity and things like that, will be put what the world will call in their place. Otherwise, they will be exercised, and there won't be any more rights, for the Christian. Like right now, if you got a church, pretty much you got taxes. It won't be there in 2040. A lot of things will be eliminated. The brick buildings will be eliminated. There won't be any need for it because the world is moving so fast, and there'll be so much exposure. You won't even be able to make the type of money that you could make in a brick building anyway. Even within the church, it just won't be there. So there won't be as much intimacy, very little intimacy, if any. And it'll be all based on what I'm doing right now. Everything, ministry and everything else. But then the world will hear everything they need to hear. But it won't make a difference because no one will listen, because everybody will be self-indulged, and everybody will have access to money easier than they do now, even, and definitely than they did in the past. Because a lot of more people can become famous. Person can become famous just by the internet now. They can be nobody. You just get a lot of likes, go viral, or whatever they call it. They call it viral, go viral, and then all of a sudden, they don't. And that's what everybody's shooting for, and that will grow tremendously, and they'll get to the place to where people will put, you'll be able to do this in the air. You won't even need a cell phone. You'll be able to do this from a chip or a bug or something, and you'll be able to just make it all happen. It's going to advance to that. I wish I could create it, but I'd be among all the millions. But that's what's going to take place. That's the next movement, to get rid of physical devices, and that will happen. They will create that. God has given men the ability to create, because that's what makes men God, and they love that, and they don't understand that the gift was given by God, and it's for the use of God, but they won't use it for God. They'll use it for self, which they've been doing, and they will. And eventually, like I said, we will do a lot further more damage. In schools, I know they're trying to go back to brick and mortar schools and so on, but that eventually also fail. Education won't be something that you have to go into school to get. And we know that anybody that's been living long enough or is just old enough knows that you can learn just about anything without being educated. You can even learn to be a doctor without really being educated. If you sit around a doctor in a hospital while he's performing surgery and learn everything that he's doing, you'll learn it too, truthfully. Now, of course, it would take a while more, and you won't know the names of a lot of things, but half the time, once a doctor become a doctor, he don't know the names of a lot of stuff anyway. You just do it. But my point is, with this particular lesson, is that as you get older, in the next 20 years, 40, definitely 40, next 40 years, I know I won't be around, and there's a whole bunch of people who won't be around. I won't live. I couldn't live to be 105. I think that's 105 for me. I could. I don't know if I want to be 105 because I know that the body will be so limited. I don't know if I'm interested in being here once I'm so limited. You know, I like my ability to do for myself, do what I want to do for myself, think for myself, and the whole 9 yards. I'm not looking forward to dying, but I know to die is the gain for me. I can't speak for everybody else, so that's I'm all right with that. But at the same time, you need to know that the increments of the master change in the world is truly in the decades. It's every 10 years, things are going to massively flip-flop. Like everything massively flip-flopped in 2020, 2010, and now everything is massively flip-flopping in 2020. Things will massively flip-flop in 2030, and they will massively flip-flop in 2040. But 2040 will be the strangest of it all, and the reason why I will say that is because everything that we know today will be done away with. Everything that we understand and how we operate today will be done away with in 20 more years. So if you back yourself up 20 years from now, which would be 2000, everything is majorly flip-flopped to a massive degree. And same thing with people, and who people are, who people want to be, and the whole 9 yards. So Christianity will probably be almost eliminated in 2040. And that's going to be the reason why the return of Jesus Christ will come back upon the earth, because of the change. Older people tend to be a lot more healthier, even though we're dying younger. If you're abusive in your young age, then you'll feel the results of it when you get older. You know, if you took care of yourself, you'll feel the results of it as you get older, like I do. So, I mean, I feel 25 years old in my body. You know, most people, by the time they get that age, you know, they didn't beat up on themselves pretty well anyway. And if you continue that, by the time you're 40, in the next 20 years, by the time you're 45 years old, your body's giving out on you. It's ready to quit. So you need to take care of yourself. And this is just part 2. This is part 1. I'm going to give you part 2 on the same situation. Scenario of going from young to being old, but I'm gonna get into a little bit more detail about the actual physicalness of the body in relationship to changes. We need to be extremely aware that we are not in control of the world. I mean, I can't say it no more plainer than that. You're not in control of any parts of the world, and it's going to come to naught. That's going to happen, and just as well as you're going to die one day, the earth is going to cease to exist one day. I mean, that's just based on the fact that you realizing you're going to die one day. You ought to be able to realize that the earth is going to cease to exist. I'm going to let this go. If you like this, give a like and subscribe. And I've got some more counseling videos with prophecy to come forth. So hope to see you on the next video. And everything, stay blessed.